Dude! I am going to complete everything there is to do in Minecraft one update at a time, starting with the very first rendition of Alpha all the way up to present day. We will be building all there is to build, exploring new world changes every update, defeating mobs, and reliving Minecraft as if it's being played for the very first time. So sit back, enjoy all the twists, turns, ups and downs, subscribe for a potentially endless Minecraft experience, and let's play Minecraft as it was intended to be. Welcome to my Minecraft Evolution series, and the adventure begins now. Welcome to Minecraft Beta 1.3, welcome back to Evolution. It is so good to be back. We have some big things coming for our little world, so let's not waste any time. Now, an ever-growing concern of mine on these updates is the world slowly getting more and more corrupt and broken with every version. And well, it seems to have already slowly begun with this glitched water right by my base. So far so good otherwise, but I'd imagine we won't be running scot-free forever. Anyway, Beta 1.3 is the update that changed night in Minecraft forever. You see, Beta 1.3 added beds. This was huge for the game, as it finally made the horrors of night go away with the click of a button. However, on the other side of that coin, many people feel that this is the beginning of Minecraft becoming easier. I can see that side, but also 90% of the time in older versions you just dig yourself into a wall and hide for 10 minutes overnight anyway, so that argument is a little flawed. No matter though, it was finally time to test a bed for the first time. After grabbing some new wool, I made myself a bed, and man, it's a beautiful night to go to sleep for the first time in dozens of days. But well, my dreams wouldn't be so sweet that night. Oh my god, I forgot that in this version, you can be attacked by things at night. Why did that happen? Well, dear live commentary Ryan, I will tell you exactly why that happened now that I know. When beds were first released, they were a little broken. It all has to do with bed placement, and if you place it along a wall of your house and there are more than a few blocks available for mobs to come up to it from the outside, they will be able to access your bed. So since my bed was against the wall of my house, that was right next to a place that mobs could spawn, it kept happening. I didn't remember why this happened until afterward, hence why I built a funny wall around thinking it would work. It didn't. Dude! Am I just not allowed to sleep in this version at all? Eventually though, it did finally work. After my rough night's sleep, I went to craft the other major addition to Beta 1.3, slabs. Wood slabs, cobblestone slabs, and sandstone slabs were added in this version. I decided to include half blocks in the hollow blocks as well because some of them are quite significant in the future. And well, I already included cake, so there we go. Speaking of the hall, it's time to fix up the entire building finally. It's been left roofless and wall-less for so long that it's starting to get ridiculous. And if you remember from the last episode, any minor update means we're going to complete some building projects on our lands. And Beta 1.3 was very minor when it comes to game-changing block and feature additions. So as I'm gathering the materials for our new roof and walls, let's go through a couple of the interesting pieces of the update. This was the update that the famous burning skull painting was introduced. 9 years later in 2020, that became famous because the seed of the world featured in the painting was discovered. Crazy what a pandemic will do to people. This is the update that the whitelist was introduced for servers, which is still a security staple to this day. And perhaps most famously, smooth lighting was finally introduced with the help of a famous beta mod creator named Mr. Messiah, taking away the blocky lighting system of old. You may have noticed the new smooth lighting during the bed shenanigans. I certainly was too distracted to notice. And this is when sulfur was renamed to gunpowder. Later on in a cave I stumbled upon while mining, I found quite a few diamonds. And then I stupidly walked right into some lava and ended up burning to death. Luckily I dug myself a hole to keep my items. Oh, hold on, wait, what? Can we run that back one more time and pause the clip, please? Yeah, there. Let me reiterate, I burned to death. This is a lesson for everyone. Don't play around by lava in Minecraft when you're sleep deprived. and never feel confident not holding the shift button. The only thing that was lost was my red mushrooms and my dignity. Yeah, then I caught on fire again. And that's when I finally realized I had that water bucket. Anyway, after that excitement, we acquired the materials we needed and finally got back to work on the walls and roof. I need to be careful up here because if I get far enough away, I'm basically making a monster spawn platform and I don't have any torches. Yep, exactly what I feared. Thank God I turned around. Now, this was basically the footage for the next 45 minutes. Thank God for video editors. In the middle of building, I forgot we have our fence post tradition. Yeah, still no. Also, in case you're curious, the 2 fishing rods are indeed still stacked. Finally, after some time, the roof was complete. It's ugly because slabs don't work as you want them to, and I don't really know what those stairs are on the front, but it's finally some semblance of a building. What's crazy is that eventually the Hall of Blocks will be like 500 plus blocks long. Definitely don't want to neglect it ever again. I added some more lighting on the inside, looks really nice, and we are done for now. And so, Beta 1.3 also added redstone repeaters. I wanted to do this in the last episode, but realized there wasn't an easy way to do it without them. I wanted to do what every old redstone noob used to do, build a doorbell. After running some tests inside overnight, I set to work on building it. I'm not really sure what I'm doing, but as long as it works, I guess. It's a little weird that the button is on the lower piece of my house's frame, but I don't think I could have made it work otherwise. There's a goofy dirt block I had to place to cover it, but don't worry, I have plans for this space later on in the video, so stay tuned. With my silly little doorbell complete, it was finally time to upgrade onto Beta 1.4. Before I get to that though, I just want to thank all my channel members who are listed on these signs. Special shout out to my night members, Ponytail MC and Caspero, and my beloved lords Really Real, VI, and Dirty Dan. You all are legends. If you'd like to get on the sign wall, use the join button below for that and some other awesome perks. Alright, welcome to Beta 1.4. This was another minor update to the game that only added a few things. Namely cookies, which are almost impossible to get currently as the only way to get cocoa beans is an extremely rare chance to find one in a dungeon chest. The logo was updated yet again from the stone blocky font to the more modern one that they used for quite a while. But none of this is important compared to the major feature released in the version. This is the first time a tameable mob was introduced into the game. Of course, I'm referring to the wolf. And you bet I'm going to make the harrowing journey to find a little dog companion. To do this though, we need to go to the taiga biome, which if you remember, we found one in the last video and it was quite far away. So I wanted to be prepared by making some tools and another set of iron armor. Wolves were a very uncommon spawn back then, so just in case I had to camp out a few nights to find some, I brought some materials to set up a small shelter and another portal for easier travel. Now that I was armed to the teeth, let's see if my bed actually works in this version, as the bug was supposedly fixed. And thank God, no monsters. With that, I was pretty much ready to go. So I set off to the nether hub, took the nether portal to the beta 1.2 chunk area, and headed toward the old taiga biome. Nothing too interesting happened most of my journey other than being happy that my boats were still there. Until... oh my gosh, I found a brown sheep. I did not expect this. I had this written in my notes just in case we found one. Oh my gosh, these are super rare. I was not expecting to get brown wool this episode because it's super hard to get. Well, there it is. We got this for the Hall of Blocks. Let's go. Something else kind of interesting too, on the F3 screen, there are now entity IDs attached to mobs. So you can see the mobs walking around underground, clearly indicating some sort of cave. An easy X-ray type hack in vanilla Minecraft. And then we arrived back at our taiga biome. I wasn't sure if wolves would retroactively spawn since it's an old chunk, which is kind of a dumb thought, but with old Minecraft, you really never know. But much to my surprise, I actually found some literally right away. Look at the little head tilt. Oh, let's go, man. All right, come on. I'm gonna waste all my bones? Hello? Finally, oh my gosh, it was all my bones. Then night was falling, so I decided to board us up so the little dude doesn't attack all the skeletons and get himself killed. I definitely did not expect it to be this fast. I didn't even need a shelter or portal, I just needed to take him back home once the sun came up. And when it did, we took off, and it was a little stressful as we had about 2,000 blocks to walk, which takes more than a day. So right when we were arriving, night fell, and we were in for a battle just to get inside. No. No! Oh my gosh. Oh, that could have been it. Oh my gosh, we just need to get home. Come on, get inside. Oh no, he's stuck outside. In here, dog. Come on. Come on. No, come on, dog. Oh no. In here. All right, I need to feed him if he's gonna be stuck out there. Okay. I couldn't sit around and wait, so I braved the night to bring him to a safer place. I was thankfully able to teleport him into the safety of the Hall of Blocks. Thank God. And while I'm here, I might as well add our brown wool into the hall. Looks awesome. Now the sun was finally out, and it was time to give our little warrior a home after the most stressful night of the series so far. I gathered up some materials, and remember that space I told you about earlier? Yeah, that's where the doghouse is going to go. It took a lot of landscaping and thinking, but I think it actually turned out alright. The lack of stairs on the one row is a little funny looking, but let's face it, you didn't watch this video to see amazing builds. We got our little friend inside, and I want to name him. So if you're still watching this far in, first of all, thank you. Second of all, please leave a comment on what you think we should name him. Top voted name comment after a few days from now will get picked. Now we had pretty much done what we needed to do for the update. I wanted to do one last thing. The gravel path on my land needs some intense, long overdue TLC. I hate how blocky and straight it looks, and I want paths to everything, so I'm going to try to make things more natural and curvy looking. I'm kind of just randomly digging and placing gravel, but that's how it goes for natural pathing. I gave a sort of rounded little path to everything, including the Hall of Blocks, and it ended up turning out super nice. Once we get a little more path-style blocks added later on, we can update the path to give it even more life. Oh, and one last thing, of course, the fence post check for this version. Nope, and not only nope, it doesn't even do the funny hand movement anymore when you right-click. And well, that's about all I've got for this time. We are reaching the peak midpoint of Minecraft beta, and there's so many exciting things to come. Thank you for watching, please leave a like if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you're brand new to the channel. Be sure to check out the Evolution playlist for all episodes if you missed any. As for me, I love you all so very much. Stay hydrated, stay happy, and I'll see you in the next one.